we are live now. So, Ebi, I think all set. This setup looks good. Just a second. All good? Ebi, anything?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Abby, for being here. And hello, everyone. Welcome to Live Wabi Sabi Podcast, a space rooted in Live Wabi Sabi life philosophy, where we celebrate real stories, lived experiences, and the quiet wisdom that unfolds when we stop chasing perfection and start embracing truth. LiveWabiSabi is a digital storytelling platform where we feature LiveWabiSabi stories, a mindful magazine, and a soulful podcast conversations, all centered around authenticity, self love, resilience, and the beauty of becoming. I am your host, Shilpi Gupta Shah, and I represent Fusia, a digital women empowerment platform where we work for empowerment of entrepreneurs. And I also represent Global Advisory Council at G100 Media Arts and Communication Wing. And I have founded Live Wabi Sabi platform. So this was a brief introduction about myself. And let's hop on to today's conversation. And this conversation is especially close to my heart. I am in conversation with beautiful Ebi. She is a true powerhouse, not because life was easy, but because she chose to meet her broken pieces with courage, awareness, and compassion. Welcome to Live Wabi Sabi Life, Ebi. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Shilpi, and thank you for everybody who's watching today. And I know we will have a beautiful conversation.
Yes, I look forward to the beautiful conversation. And Ibi, though I have your bio, but I would like you to, introduce yourself to our listeners, who you are today. I mean, beyond titles and roles. So, will you like to brief us something about yourself?
Okay, so I am Ebi Sheila Diete-Spiff. I live in London, United Kingdom. I was born in London, but my heritage is Nigeria and Africa. I was married when I was 19. I'm now 67. And
Mhm.
out of that marriage, I have 7 children. But I am a survivor of domestic violence. And I also had, during my span up to where I am today, I developed an autoimmune issue and I also had problems with my spine. And so that led me into this journey. And previously, I had been working in corporate in human resources as a human resources manager for more than 20 years for various companies because I was more mainly consulting. And I left that a few years ago to start my own passion.
Mhm.
I started and qualified as a wellness coach, but I found out through my journey that self love is the key, and so now I'm a self love coach. So I guess with the conversation, other things will come up, but that's just a a summary. And out of I have 7 children, 14 grandchildren, and 3 great grandchildren,
Mhm.
and my children are all adults now.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, a brief introduction about yourself, Abi. And I am really. I look forward to a wonderful conversation with you today. And as we all know, that Wabi Sabi is all about incomplete, impermanent, and imperfect things in life. And we also draw inspiration from Kintsugi. Kintsugi, which is a Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold, where cracks are not hidden but honored, and cracks are filled with gold. So it makes the object more special. And the same thing goes with Wabi Sabi life. Our imperfections make us what we are today. So is there a moment in your life that once felt broken but later became a source of strength or beauty for you? Will you like to share?
Oh my gosh, yeah. When I suppose there are many times when I did feel broken. But I think the first time it really hit me was when I during the abuse in my marriage. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first time it hit me because I felt stuck and I just felt I was living in a foreign country, which was Greece. So I moved out of my parents' house in Nigeria and
Mm-hmm.
went to live in Greece. And I couldn't speak the language fluently. I couldn't communicate, and I was in this isolated area where I felt alone. I was alone, not just feeling alone. I was alone because I couldn't communicate. I had no friends and I had no family. And it got to a stage where I was contemplating going to the other side, if you know what I mean, ending my life. Um, so yeah, so how did I recover from that? I guess the main motivator for me was if I exited this life, who would look after my children? I wasn't sure and I wasn't confident because my family did not know my story, so they would not know what led me to that path, and so they would probably or likely leave my children with my ex-husband. And
Mm-hmm.
so I decided that I had to make a change and I moved back to my birth country, which is the United Kingdom. And there I started to work and started to build my life. So does that answer your question or do you need more?
Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely. And being a self-love coach, you being a self-love coach, and I promoting, self-love shots over Instagram. So, what does self-love look like in your real life, Abby, in your everyday life, your honest self-love shots? Will you like to share something about self-love, what you do in your daily, routine, maybe?
Okay, so I'll start with what led me up to understanding
Mm-hmm.
self-love. So like I've told you my story of how I came to be living here.
Mm-hmm.
And I had health issues, and so I worked my way through the health issues. I was on medication for more than 20 years, but it was not working for me. So I found other alternatives. But the main root cause I found through talking to other people who had dealt with serious illnesses like cancer, other things. The main thing that I found through my journey, and I also worked with people living with dementia, and the main thing I found and the thread that I found with people who were doing well versus people not doing well was something more internal about who they are. And this
Okay.
led me to believe that if you have love for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then the answers start to come. It's really weird how it works. So as like I said, I was working as a wellness. I did some work on the side apart from my corporate job, as on wellness coaching. So I studied all about the body, about alternatives, and about food and how food affects our bodies. But then the question comes with, okay, we all know theoretically that we need to eat right and we need to sleep well and do that. But what's the motivation? How even though you know these things, are you doing those things? And I found out that a lot of people know the theory, but they're not actually doing the act. And
Mm-hmm.
this boils down because for myself, why wasn't I doing the act even though I know the theory? Boils down to loving myself. And as I
Mm-hmm.
started to look within and learn about myself, so the negative parts of me and the positive parts of me, start learning, which it's still work in progress. So learning about emotions. So when you make decisions or you become too emotional about certain things or subjects that destabilizes you, especially if they're negative emotions, because the body remembers. I don't know if you've read the book by, I think it's a Japanese doctor anyway, and he talks about how um, the crystals of water and how water is changes depending on what the music or the what you say and stuff. And we are more than 70% made of water. So
Mm-hmm.
I started to realize that if you have a lot of negative emotions, it's stuck in your body and the body remembers, doesn't forget. So you stick in, if you notice when you're upset, your emotions go to a particular part of your body. And 10 or 15 years down the line after that, you might start having problems there. because you've been storing all the negative emotions in a particular spot. So be it your knee, your back. And I also found out that the back problem I was having was coming from trauma, actually generational trauma. And so this led me to do a lot of research and finding out that as I started to love myself more, learn more about myself, I was then motivated, first one, to eat the right thing, to mind my words, the language that I speak, because that has an effect. Um, so positive things, the more you love yourself, and it's not about going out and buying things for yourself. It's about what's going on inside. And the more your love grows for yourself, the greater your love grows for things outside of you. So the people outside of you, the animals, the insects, the plants, the and the objects. So even an object comes from nature. So even if it's a plastic bottle, it's still coming from nature, something in nature. So we have to respect everything. We are spoiled, especially in the West, that we just buy and accumulate, which is a waste. Because if you don't need
Okay,
it,
so being minimalist, right?
yes, yes. Because if you if you if you're buying those things, you're creating more of it to be produced, and there's no need for it to be produced, because to be able to respect something, it's like, I don't know, even if you have a plant and you're eating a plant, throwing it away is disrespectful to that plant. So you take what you need, buy what you need. So being conscious of all those things, and as you start to love yourself more, those things come naturally. You don't need people to tell you in a book that, oh, you don't need to do this. They just, because we know these things inside our
Conscious,
belly.
conscious
Yeah,
choices.
we know it, but and because we've lost so much disconnection with nature and stuff, we're just, so we see an advert and we fall for the advert. We're not listening to what's happening in our bodies. Because our body, if you really listen, your body will say, no, you don't need that thing. You don't need it. And when you need it, oh, the price might go up, but the price might not go up. And if you don't need it, you don't need it. So whether it's good, whether it's cheaper or not, it doesn't matter, because you don't need it. You know.
And that
So
was
yeah, so and all that stuff. So as I am learning more about loving self, it's helping me understand a lot of things. And there's this famous person that I used to listen to. I haven't listened to him in a while, called Deepak Chopra. And I talk about him a lot because he opened my eyes to so many things about self. And one of the exercises that he gets you to do is like the mirror exercise, where you look into your eyes and you talk to yourself. And then also another thing he gets you to do is to go out there and look for somebody that you will criticize and you will judge and you think is the worst person, and just say you're that person and put yourself in that person's shoes. And you will notice that no matter how bad you think that person is, because what is bad and what is good, that's just perception. People are inherently good. Their behaviors, on the other hand, might be bad. So it's about seeing every human being for what they are, not for how they behave. And so,
okay.
our emotions take us away, and we hate people who don't behave like us or who think differently from us. But that's when you hate on another person, you're actually hating you on yourself. That's why they say when one finger is pointing at you, three are pointing back at you. Because we are all one and we're all connected. And that's why people don't feel good when they go out hating other people. You might feel good in the moment, but you'll find out that you have no peace inside.
So, Ebi, now can you recall a moment, big or small, when you felt genuinely proud of yourself, especially for choosing yourself? I mean, any moment you are proud of yourself, not about the applauds, not about your trophies, but when you felt proud of yourself. Is there any such kind of moment, and you want to share that?
I don't know if I would call it proud of myself. I suppose it is. I suppose the recognition that
Mm-hmm.
I am me. I don't know, I can't recall a moment, but what I can say is that the recognition that I am being true to myself, it makes me feel good. And there are a lot of challenges because sometimes people around you kind of think there's something wrong with you. But I find it gives you courage and it gives you peace. Recalling a moment, I don't know. I mean, I just wrote a book at that time. I felt good. 2 months ago, I've been coaching for a while, but I 2 months ago it came to me that for me, coaching is work, which is okay. But for me, speaking, I enjoy and it's passion. So it doesn't feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to me that I've been barking up the wrong tree in that although my coaching can come out of my speaking, but speaking is where I need to focus on because, first of all, I'm passionate about it, so that comes across, and it comes across to a lot of people. Whereas coaching is like maybe I like one-to-one, I don't really like group coaching. And so I'm not reaching a lot of women. So my target audience are women. And I feel that a lot of women, the reason why we have challenges in the workplace is because we are listening to what people are telling us. They're telling us that we have to be like the men and that we have to set our goals like the men. And I believe that both man and woman are half of each other, and there's a lot that we have to bring to the workplace. And if we drop that because we're trying to be like the other, there's a lot that is missing. And I think that if we become who we are, we will have the courage to put this forward, and we will have the courage to teach our daughters that they have a special gift which they can take anywhere that they choose to go. So loving yourself helps you to understand that you have that gift, and there is no need
I
to.
have other questions also for you, EB, and it's yeah, we have to ask so many questions from you. So I would prefer to not go deeper into the conversation. Now I just want to hear from you, your biggest supporter, EB. Who is your biggest supporter? I
I
mean,
don't
through your
know.
journey, and yeah, through your
I
journey
don't
this
know.
year.
That question, I don't know. I don't know who's my biggest supporter. I mean, I like, for me, self-love is not an external validation. So I just
Okay.
do what I do, and it doesn't matter if I have no support.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I do, but I can't pinpoint one person.
Yeah, that it's about Wabi Sabi. We are talking about Wabi Sabi. So now, Ibi, I just want to hear from you, from everything you have lived and learned. What message of hope or gentle wisdom will you like to share? With women who feel stuck or exhausted or unsure of their worth. Will you like to share any message with them?
I think it's all based on self-worth, which is
Mm-hmm.
self-love is equal to self-worth. And a lot of people mistake self-worth for self-esteem. So you might have self-esteem, i.e., confidence and clarity and all that, but no self-worth. So you could have self-esteem in terms of you very good at what you do. People see you as confident, people see you as successful, but inside you think, do I have a right to be here? Why me? Why am I doing better than the other person? So the self-worth, which is the part of self-love, is key. I think so that you can be in any situation, whether it's positive or negative, you're able to feel strong in yourself and grounded.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. And is there any song which instantly makes you feel unstoppable? Any pump up anthem for you?
Any song? No, I love music, and it depends. Song will depend on what my mood is.
Mm-hmm.
So I like jazz. I also like classical music, and I like dance music. So it will depend. Obviously, if I'm feeling down, I think dance music because like when you move your body, your cells know, and then you start feeling better. So yeah, if depending on if I'm feeling down, But then if I'm feeling down, what I do, take deep breaths because that then grounds you.
Okay, okay. And any favorite book? Your favorite book?
I like self-development books.
Okay.
So, favorite book, I would say anything that's self-development.
Mm-hmm.
I Yeah, anything that's self-development. So I don't really have a favorite. Um, I think I also like spiritual books. So spiritual books that help me to understand the spirit side of me and the spirit side of other people. Like I said, one of the great people that I followed was somebody like Deepak Chopra. I also like to learn. I think one of the books that I really, really like that really helped me on my journey was a book by um, The Biology of Belief. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Biology of
Okay.
Belief. Doctor.
Mhm.
I just forgot his name now, but there, The Biology of Belief. You can probably find it on YouTube too. It's a very
Mhm.
good book because it helps you to understand that the power of the mind
Mhm. Okay.
and how
And
strong it is.
how can our viewers connect with you? Is there any free resource or something which you would like to share with the community?
Yeah, I do have it.
First and foremost, is there any? I mean, how can people connect with you? Tell us something about this. I mean, shall they go to your website or your social media where they could connect with you?
Okay, they can connect with me. I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. I also have a website, but it's not really up to date. So I am updating it, but I do post. I've got my events page, which has all my events coming up for 2026. So that's updated. And it's got my program. So the programs are not updated, but my new programs are similar anyway. So you can still follow that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And is there any free resource which people could, access?
Yes, I have a free resource. So if you go on my website, and I can send the link to you. If you go on my website, it says join the wait list. So maybe I should change it to newsletter or something. It says join the wait list. So
Yeah, you can.
if you put your name
Once
on
the
there, it sends
once
you
the
also. Yeah, and it's a practice exercise. It's only a 7-minute practice exercise to help you stay grounded that you can use. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So please do share in the links below, in the comments below. Sorry, all the links in the comments below. So now, Ebi, I think thank you so much for being here today. And I mean, you have shared everything with so an honesty and so much of depth. And your journey, reminds us that strength doesn't come from pushing harder or proving more. It comes from coming home to ourselves and loving yourself more, right? And so thank you so much for being here. And before we sign off, if any one of you is listening to this and feeling a quiet nudge that your story, your healing, or your being, could inspire someone, then I want you to know this, that Live Wabi Sabi is always open to real voices and real journeys. If you would like to get featured on Live Wabi Sabi Life through our stories, magazine, or podcast, you are warmly invited to connect with me. You can reach out to me directly by replying in the comments or on LinkedIn or Instagram, or write to us at livewabisabilife@gmail.com. You can also check out the website livewabisabi.com. And always remember, your story matters, your pace is valid, and your imperfections are not flaws, they are your power. So, thank you so much, EB, for being here. And thank you to everyone who is listening or who will be listening later on. This is Live Wabi Sabi. Come as you are. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you,
Thank
EB.
you. Bye. Thank you.